has been fantastic. Hey, look, tonight I wanted to show you one of our favorite desserts of all time. And often we will do this when the kids are in bed at night and we're up working late and want something a little bit sweet before the night's out. Now, it's a manual recipe, so those of you who have a TM6, you can do this. TM5 and TM31, people, I reckon you're probably pros at manual recipes anyway, but let me show you how to do it. It's only 5 ingredients. It's super quick. It can be on the table in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most if you make a custard afterwards. So let me show you how to do that. We're going to bring up our scales. And if you're not confident doing manual recipes, tonight's your night to start following along. So first thing I'm going to put in is some butter. So I need 50 grams of butter, unsalted butter, straight into the Thermomix. We're going to melt this. Our first step will be a melting step. And we also need chocolate. Now we use 90% dark chocolate here. You can use whatever you've got at home. You might just want to adjust the sweetness depending on what you're using and what you're accustomed to as well. Okay, 55 grams, that will do. So we've got the Lindt chocolate, and yes, that is a 90%. All right, we did work our way up to 90%. It hasn't always been 90%. So it ends up being 5 squares of the 10 squares in the block. Now we need to melt this off. So we're going to melt this now at... Now, actually, we can make this a bit faster. So if you're at home, you could actually blitz this down. Kids are asleep in the bunk. I'm not going to blitz it down to disturb them. So I'm going to put this on 2 minutes, 50 degrees. So just like we've put in 50 grams of everything, and on a slow stir, like a speed 1. But you could blitz it up first, and it'll make this step even faster again. The next 3 ingredients you need is you need a sweetener of some form. Now you could use your just ordinary caster sugar or raw sugar. That will work perfectly fine. I'm using a rice malt sweetener, so you could actually use a honey or a maple as well. You then will need some sort of flour. I've got my gluten-free plain, but you could use a plain flour, just ordinary plain. And you'll need an egg. They're our next 3 ingredients once this is melted. You do want to preheat your oven as well. You want 190 degrees. They're only going to cook for 8 minutes, so they're super, super, super quick, which is great. You can see the temperature is already rising up. We're aiming for 50, it's 45. We'll just give it a moment to get nice and melted in there. And once it's melted, we can then add our next lot of ingredients. While that's happening, I'm going to grab my little Dario molds as well from the mix shop, and we're going to grease them because we want them to be nice and greasy, so that things don't stick and it comes out beautifully, because these will then tip out onto a plate, a serving plate, and they present up beautifully. Those of you who've been following along for a while, you may have seen late night photos of cooking. Normally it's my husband doing it, not normally me. So I am just using a knife to butter these. You can do it with your hands if you prefer. You guys know that I don't like that, so I'll avoid that at all costs if I can. So just put this in now, and that will allow it to come out really easily when we are done. So put that back on there, and I reckon this is melted enough now. It does say 30 seconds to go, but it sounds pretty good in there. So we've just got beautiful melted chocolate in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is a bit of butter still in there. I will give it a little blitz. Let's see if we can get rid of that butter. Just make it a bit smaller. Butter won't take long to melt. You can hear a bit under a blade there. That'll do. That's enough to make it nice and smooth. Because butter doesn't take much to melt, really. There we go. All right, now we're going to add our last 3 ingredients. So we're going to add our egg, which, remember, the little handle on the front of your bowl is the cracking device that you want to use. It has a perfect triangular front. We then want to add just 20 grams of, go the other way to the scales, just 20 grams of sweetener. You may pull that right down. If you have like a milk chocolate that's got quite a high sugar content, you may decide you don't want that much anyway. Hang on, guys, having trouble getting the lid off. I'm going to end up making a mess. All right, we're just aiming for 20 grams. It's not a huge amount. There we go, 18, that'll do. Then last up, some flour, and it's just a little bit of flour. It's only 10 grams of flour, so it's not much at all. That's why these are going to be nice and gooey in the middle and quite, I guess, nearly pudding-like on the outside. Now we're just going to, 12. They're going to be a little bit more cake-like now because I've gone a little bit heavier, but that's okay. Let's just whip that up now. Speed 4. Normal whipping speed, won't take long. And then stop that, and that's done. So now all we need to do is put them in our little molds and then they go in the oven, 8 minutes. Just a little tip at the end. If you want, don't worry about cleaning out your bowl, but instead put the ingredients in to make a custard. So eggs, milk, corn flour, or plain flour will work as well. Some sugar, vanilla, or you've got chocolate in there already, right? So there's your flavoring ready to go already for you. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll just pour them into here and ready to go in the oven. So 8 minutes at that 190 degrees and be done. So that's it from me. I'll just show you one of these before they go in the oven, and I'd love you to have a go at this, and when you do, let me know what you think. It is a beautiful recipe. By the way, you 3/4 fill the little cups. Okay, look at that. Isn't that beautiful in there? It's very decadent, but you can make it as sweet as you want, or if you're not into super sweets, then pull that sugar down completely and use your dark chocolate. It is just absolutely amazing. All right, that is it from me. Do follow along, like and subscribe. Keep an eye out. We're going to be coming to you from all over different places in Queensland over the next 3 months. So I look forward to taking you on that journey and showing you some of the food that we're making along the way too. But otherwise, bye for now, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.